All right, let's do this before the midnight hour. It is 11:50, Thursday, February 26th. Let's do this as fast as possible. So, bit of a mixed day. We opened basically broadly flat, spiraled to what was the low today? 68.59. We recovered to settle down 0.5%. Again, transports was actually up today. So that gap, Wednesday's gap was filled. That's done with. That still leaves these two. A note that the 200-day is going to be around 6,600 in about 2 weeks. Alarm bells, but only if we take out the 200-day. In the meantime, it's a chop fest, right? I mean, look at this. Look at this mess. Just chop. Couple of days down, couple of days up. Can't break and hold above 7K. Can't break and hold below 6,700 or so. Mess. Something to watch for tomorrow, and this is important. Let's see if we settle the VIX above this key 20 threshold. And it historically is important. If we settle above 20 on Friday, that bodes pretty bearish equities and bullish VIX for March. Today's candle is spiky from the 20 threshold. Again, you can see, every time we get near 20, we kind of pull back. But we are relentlessly putting in a series of high highs, high lows. So now we need to take out 23. And in theory, target is around 28, which we last printed in November. But yeah, underlying volatility has been going up for a while now. Anyway, let's just jump to some stocks. We will cover gold, silver, and oil towards the end. 0.5% down in Apple. We're just going to fly through some of these. Don't care about many of them. Actually, Agnico Eagle, near strike high. Miners are strong today. American Eagle, 3.5%. First Majestic Silver. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Bullish engulfing candle, near strike high. Wow. That is bullish. AMD just cooling back, dragged down by NVDA. Barrick Mining had a black candle. So yeah, Barrick had a black candle yesterday morning. Did play out today, was this morning, and then settled up 1%. Boeing still printing lower lows. Alibaba testing the 200-day. Bank of America still bouncing from the 200-day. Don't care about that. Caterpillar's tired, down 1.8%. I will note that momentum turned negative a couple of days ago. Volume was up today again for a lot of things. So the market's becoming more dynamic. And keep in mind that tomorrow is the end of the month. So you could expect higher volume tomorrow as well. This is still a bear flag in Cleveland. Coinbase cooling back a little bit. Decker's chop. Disney chop. Endeavor Silver. Yesterday's black candle played out in the morning. Bullish engulfing candle. Earnings are early Friday and they should be good. So it's looking pretty good for Endeavor. Ford. Another new cycle high, although it did settle fractionally red. Google leaning weak. Home Depot fractionally weak. Heckler, bullish engulfing candle. Joby up 4% on earnings. A little bit of selling on earnings. Still got a tag teal gap. My concern would be if the main market has a rough March, that this is going to be 7s or 6s. I like this for the long term. I really do. But Joby posted a good video yesterday. I need to post that up on X. AKL, rough day, down 3.1%. Today's candle is actually a bearish engulfing. 93. The stock charts computer has a P&F target of 61. which is a long way down. I mean, look at it. This has come down from 157 in so far this year. This is bad. Private equity is really not pretty, is it? Actually, let's just go to Blue Owl Capital, which was down 1%. Blackstone, down 0.2. Structure is a bear flag. It might be an all-time closing high for Kinder Morgan. I guess it is. Just a moment. Meta bouncing a little bit, nothing much there though. Microsoft, that's a black candle. That's bearish for Friday. Netflix up 2%. I mean, 7501. Is that it? Is that it? I did see in after hours there is news that Netflix have I think they've officially given up their offer and Paramount have effectively won the bid for Warner. I would admit if we break above the 50-day, then natural target is this threshold and 106.109 with the 200-day coming down to here. It's one to watch. If we do break above here on Friday and stay above, that would be one bullish sign. Nike, not so bullish. That's a black candle, bearish for Friday. NVDA, of course, fraction actually it was moderately higher in pre-market, but settled down 5.5%. If the 200-day goes, which is 174 and climbing, then 150, and I do expect 150. I think we're going to break under there. A lot of people surprised, but we've seen this before in AMD, Amazon, and Microsoft. Occidental bouncing from the gap. Pan American Silver, bullish engulfing candle. A lot of bullish engulfing candles in the miners. Palantir catching a bounce, but look, Death Cross due in the yeah, we're gonna get a Death Cross officially tomorrow, but still one of my favorite technical signs. I still think this will be 100. Michael Berry would agree. PayPal calling back. So the chatter was at Stripe. Yeah, I think Stripe actually said they're not in takeover talks. Rocket Lab up 3.5%. Earnings were in after hours. I forget what the numbers were, but regardless of whatever the short term is, midterm bullish. SMR up 1%. I mean, this has struggled so badly. I mean, even from here, look, even from here, the 22s to 12. That's a terrible drop. Never mind this, 57. I mean, it's like 80 odd percent down. Target tried to rally, failed. Tesla, then 2.1%. Again, alarm bells if the 200-day is lost, in which case maybe red gap. Take two, powering up, but I'm concerned about Grand Theft Auto 6. It's going to be wokeified. United Airlines had a black candle yesterday. That did not play out. Airlines were strong today. United Health up 0.9%. That looks like is that a black candle? It is. Yeah, black candle. Not bullish. UPS up 2.5%. You could argue this is a multi-week bull flag. I mean, it is on cyclically low side, so you could look for an upwave maybe. Exxon. Today's candle was a reversal. Bodes bullish for Friday. Also, structure is a bullish pennant. I haven't drawn it on here, but you can see there's a triangle here. And in theory, if it is a triangle, we're gonna be pushing 160, 170. I'm just thinking about any other miscellaneous charts. Actually, yeah, let's go through the earnings from um, that we had on Wednesday because we had Salesforce. So Salesforce was a bit choppy, but it did sell up 4%. And what about Snowflake? Snowflake was up 2.3%. Black Candle, that's not so good. IBM up 1.9%. But look at this. This is horrible. I mean, look at this. You had a little bounce. Actually, you took out the 200-day there, but reclaimed it. Here we've lost it massively. So you're also going to get death cross on IBM in about 9 days. All right, let's jump to actually Bitcoin quickly. Bitcoin 67K, a lot of chop. Commodity gold. Commodity gold was up $16, 51.81. Momentum is fractionally positive. You could argue structure is a gigantic bullish triangle. I'm not sure about this. I might draw it on. I'll think about it tomorrow. Um, Silver on a daily. Actually, that's SLV on a daily. So actually, yeah, look at this. I didn't even notice this yesterday. Yesterday's candle in SLV was a black candle. We were down like 2.5% this morning because partly because of the main market, but we spiked. Today's candle was arguably a bullish hammer. Leans bullish to around 90 to this green gap, which starts at around 89 to 90. So silver could be up 10% in the next couple of days. I don't own it. I should. And we look at daily momentum. It's turned positive. Um, let's start with in terms of we'll finish off with oil. So oil was officially at 4 cents. Today's candle's black. We had a little bounce in early morning from 63s. I bought basically around 63.70, I guess. Um, but today's candle is black and it does lean up. Maybe we'll see a bit of early weakness. Maybe. I would note the 67s. Above that, target is 70 and then 78. I do want to go through. Okay, we'll go reverse order. Uh, Big, look at the volume. Look at the volume on USO today. I mean, well, technically I'm part of that because I wasn't buying the ETF, I was buying the call options. But yeah, momentum did settle fractionally negative. Today's candle it's not bullish engulfing, it's a weird candle. You can see we almost tagged orange gap. Let's go back to the 60-minute cycle. Hang on. Thing to notice on the 60-minute cycle, opening candle was a hollow red reversal. That played out very well in the 10 o'clock hour. 11 o'clock, we maxed out. 12 o'clock hour, chop. 1 o'clock, we had a brief snap down, spiked. 2 o'clock, we chopped around, net lower, but spiked again. 3 o'clock was pretty narrow range, leaning a little bit positive. But yeah, I got the target that I wanted, roughly. And I bought there, right there. Sold about there. That was a nice gain. On a 15-minute cycle, you can see I did post a few of these charts during the day. So yeah, I literally bought there. I mean, occasionally I do nail a floor. So I got the downside gap I wanted. So watch it. I didn't expect it to go up like that. I really didn't. I thought, you know what I thought? I thought, okay, we're gonna gap down. That was my hope. And then maybe we'd kind of chop all the way into the weekend, and maybe we'd get maybe to, I don't know, 79 by Friday close. And then maybe Monday, maybe we gap up on that. I did not expect this. So this was kind of bonus. So I sold on the jump and I bought back a little block around there, then got whacked by that. A few swings, very, crazy swings, right? And then the last part of the day was kind of clawing upwards. So I'm wondering on Wednesday, not Wednesday, Friday. I'm thinking Friday we could gap up here. We could even gap into the 82s, maybe. If we do gap above 81 early Friday, I will be looking to sell my my second trade in this. But I would also be looking to buy back on any cooling wave before the weekend. I want to be long oil into the weekend. But I will take it if I can get a green exit in early morning, I will take it and walk away. So good day. It is kind of impressive to see that sometimes sometimes I'm pretty damn good. Sometimes. And again, I said it last night. What was that? Short-term structure. Baby bear flag, right? It's a bear flag played out. And you can even argue, well, actually no. Yeah. I suppose we could even come back to here again and formally tag it because we didn't do it. We didn't properly tag it today. We were like what? The low was 78.04, so we were 12 cents. We were 12 cents shy of tagging that gap. Close, but anyway, nice ramp. And now it's like, well, what is this? This is a bit of a mess. These two spiky candles do lean bullish for Friday. I don't know whether we're going to break above 81.24 at the open. That's kind of optimistic on my part. Oh, it's only $1.50, which is so if oil is up 2% in early morning, then it'll take that out. It's not that difficult. But if we do drop, I'll buy a second block and then hold it all into next Monday. You can see on an hourly cyclical momentum, we're still on the low end, right? So this would have been where you sell. It's just that's a selling area. That's a selling area. That's a buying area. That's a buying area. And this is also kind of a buying area, right? Yeah. So it was a pretty good day. Better, certainly better than expected. Um, so yeah, only as for tomorrow, keep in mind we have OPEX, not OPEX, we have end of month issues. Volume will be higher. Price action will be probably quite quite unstable. If we open up, I'm guessing we actually open up tomorrow morning, but then we roll over again, especially by the afternoon, and with some people will be selling out. In theory, though, oil actually might climb across. It might climb across the day because people will be concerned about maybe something happening this weekend. It might, but even regardless of the Middle East, I do want to be bullish oil for the near future at least. But yeah, it's midnight and I'm tired. And is there anything else to cover? Oh God, there was some other stuff. It's gonna have to wait. I am tired. Yeah, it's gonna have to wait. Maybe I'll try and cover it this weekend or in a Friday post or something. But anyway, um, have a good evening and have an entertaining Friday. Be good.